What's the difference in astronomy and astrology?
Astronomy is the study of the stars and stuff.
Hey, everybody.
Hi. Astrology is like the predictions and stuff like that of just planets. So we're back. I'm Camille.
And I'm Gretchen. And Shock Talking is talking about, maybe you're not into astrology or astronomy, but I'm sure you've heard about the eclipses that have been happening this summer.
That blood moon we just had.
You know, even though we couldn't see it from our continent, it was beautiful.
I saw a little bit.
And it was the next night. It was like Friday and Saturday.
That's right. And it was a full moon lunar eclipse, which it's an eclipse. It isn't like, it's just the perfect alignment where that moon's eclipsed.
So tell me the sun and the moon is in between the earth and the sun.
Right. And so we've got the earth, sun, and the moon kind of all in alignment, and it eclipsed the moon. Yeah.
So it shadows
the moon.
Shadows the moon.
Yeah.
And a full eclipse is the full moon is covered.
Right. There's sometimes partial eclipse, which is covering half of it or something.
And what does that do to the rest of the solar system?
Well, they say, again, astrologers will say that it eclipses something out of your life. So it's a 6-month window. So when the eclipse occurs, something could be ending. It could happen that fast, eclipsing it out of your life, a death, an ending, a job change, a health issue, something getting radically better, winning a lottery. I mean, something could be beneficial and or a crisis. But it does tend to end an era, okay? So there's an ending of something happening for everybody.
For everybody. Because when especially a full eclipse, and now we will have three or four of them this year.
There's going to be 3, and there's another one coming up in August, on the 11th. Exactly.
Yeah. So when you have this shift that happens, because let's just explain a little bit, Camille. When you have planets that are moving, and when an eclipse affects certain planets, it affects us.
It does. Well, and some people think, how is that possible? Well, we know the moon affects the rise of the tide in the ocean. Okay, so how would other bigger bodies in the celestial world not impact us too? It's kind of a gravitational pull, and so there's I think it's science, and it's one of the oldest sciences in the world, really. And if it's not legitimate, why has it been around so long? And I have found value for myself in looking at trends or seeing things and looking at signs and stuff like that. So, and I'm one of the seekers. I want to know the truth. I want to see things coming, and then I can handle them easier.
Yeah. And speaking of, there's a great new show. I found it.
Oh, yes.
While I was watching TV. Y'all know I do that sometimes. And it wasn't Netflix. I think it's on. I don't know what it's on. Anyway, it's on a cable, and it's Taxi
Psychic
or something like that. And the premise is this guy is a medium.
Yeah.
So he speaks to the dead, right? He's a cab driver.
Get in his cab.
People get in the car, and you see the way the camera is, Camille, you can see he's looking in the rearview mirror, and all of the guests have to sit over here. And it's funny, even if there's more than one person, they're sitting side by side. Like they're sitting like this.
They want him to check him out.
No, because from the camera angle, it won't work if they're sitting in the, right behind where normal people sit.
So they want it to work, so they're close together in the camera.
Like
okay, got it.
So he's driving along, he's like, so, do you believe in psychics? And then you'll see the person there on their phone like, yeah, no, not really. And then he'll go, who's Fred? And they're like, what?
Oh, my Lord.
Did Fred have gallstones?
Wow.
And it gets their attention. But he's so kind, and he's not, the thing about people that are clairvoyant, they can either be startling, throw you off, kind of
shocking,
theatrical, in a way. He's not like that. And I was telling you, I texted Camille one time because he had picked up this woman, and he you could see that like visibility. He was like, he was just like, oh my God.
The psychic was?
Yeah.
He was having a hard
he said, Sugar, I'm so sorry. I'm going to have to find a parking lot and pull over. I don't know what it is about you, but I've got about 200 dead people all around me. And he said, what do you do for a living? She goes, I'm a mortician.
Oh my gosh.
And he did. He had to get rid of her. Like he had so many dead spirits coming at him that he was like, I can't do this.
Okay, I've had, I don't channel. I'm not gonna. I've done it before, and it's intense. A few times I've had messages from people, but it does take something from you. It does take something out of you. It is an energy zap. It's true.
Yeah,
it's true.
I think one of the things I've learned, and I'm very, very new at this, but it's a different mindset, especially coming from being a Christian, to think that, when you think about the term an angel, okay, we always think about maybe it's somebody loving and kind, and that's what I think.
Yeah.
But what is their purpose?
Yeah.
So if you think about that, you and I and you and whoever, we have guardian angels, we have ascending angels, we have descending angels, we have these people that whether it's from this life or a past life that we've known that are there to help us.
Yes. We all have an angel.
We don't usually call upon anything because we don't know that. And it's not like you're saying you are now more of a God than Jesus that I know. It's not that at all.
No. Well, I think I look, and I think if you have some dark energies around you, you want to get a hold of Jesus and Mary. Those are the two beings that can kind of get rid of that dark energy.
Yeah.
But we all have an angel. We all have something that kind of helps guide us. It's not emotional, or from what I've read about this stuff through Catholic stuff that I've read. And again, I'm not necessarily Catholic. I'm Christian. But there is this feeling that they have a job to do. It's kind of maybe a little tough love, but they're not emotionally attached if you fail or succeed. They just know that they're trying to steer you in the right direction.
But what about family members that have passed?
Yeah.
And do you think that they have a role that is emotionally attached?
I do think there's a layer of a lift when you pass. I don't know that these beings are so intensely emotional. Look, I just recently had a best friend die, and I've seen her, I've talked to her, and she's not in any emotional trauma. She's elated. She's joyful.
No, what I'm saying is, let's say,
but she's not hung up on anything about Earth.
You had a child that passed. No, I'm sorry. The adult passed, and maybe the children are still on Earth needing to be raised. You would probably still tend to have those motherly instincts and drives to protect and guide that child.
I think so, but it isn't. I don't think it's overpowering. I think there's a maturity.
Yeah.
I think it's like, we're going to be all fine when we die.
Right.
So I think that there's that. Like, Jan was a mother, and I think she definitely is there for, because people are having a hard time letting her go. So there's definitely going to be some sort of watching out for or listening. But it's not like she's suffering, and then I think she would be some wisdom, to stop the suffering.
If you have ever listened to like Hollywood Medium, that guy's so cute, and even this taxi, never have I heard of whoever they're talking to, whoever the medium is talking to, say they're so upset with you. They always are like, they want you to move on. They want you to know this happened, or they want you to know that they're
okay.
happy, or that they're okay.
Exactly right.
Right.
And that's honestly, I have had beings that are, kind of haunting people. I mean, there's karma. That's what I would say some karma can be.
Let's talk about karma for a second.
Yeah.
Because with all of these eclipses and all the shifts that are happening, obviously, whether you believe it or not, it is affecting you.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
There's an impact.
Because there's an energy out there that's being stirred by these eclipses.
Yeah. Well, and the old axiom, you'll reap what you sow. That is just kind of the law of the universe. It's kind of like gravity, and it is true. What I have found is if people live their life strung out on dope or ignoring, reality and not having compassion, or not having any wisdom, and they just kind of not grow, those people are easy to predict. Okay, those are the most easy readings because they're just predictable and they're not going to change, and their life will kind of just be eking along.
Yeah.
They're addicted to being victims, or addicted to something. They're addicted to their lifestyle. They don't change. So they aren't open to change either. They want to play small. But people that start getting enlightened or getting aware, that's when karma kicks you. Okay? Really. Because when you start doing some awareness training, you start now becoming a sentient being, and you're kind of evolving and growing. And that's when you're noticed. It's like, oh, okay, you're trying to get this level. Well, you've got to get through this lesson about how you were an asshole and you hurt someone or whatever. I have seen that's when karma kind of kicks in.
But what about people say that are narcissistic? And I know we talk about narcissists a lot, but there are a lot of people
a lot of problems there,
that are. And they don't ever desire to be enlightened or to learn or to grow. Shouldn't karma kick them in the ass a lot?
Well, people tend to punish those kind of people, and that is karma. And absolutely that's what happens. Mm-hmm. Yeah. At some point, they can't keep selling their crap. People quit buying it.
Right.
You keep using people up, and you've seen this with people around us. I mean, they keep asking for things. It's like, why would I want to help you? They just burn out of people.
And that's probably, like you said, but I do believe,
they will
that maybe a car accident happens, or maybe, I think, and I'm not a doctor, but I do believe if you live your life in such a way, and I'm not talking about those that go out and murder only, I'm just talking about just evil, vindictive, not honest, just not a good soul. You live your life that way, I think you can cause diseases in your body.
Sure you can. Absolutely. Oh, yeah.
I think you can self-inflict diseases that happen to you, and I think a lot of that happens because of the way they've lived their life.
Sure, of course. But there are certain levels of karma. But honestly, people need to start owning their power and push back and not let these kind of people run their life.
Right.
Yeah, and then
the karma can start, right?
It can start, but I do think we're all sentient beings on Earth to learn, and this is like school of life, and we probably have a choice in procrastinating when we learn the lesson, frankly, but we'll all have to learn a lesson. It might be the last year of your life and you finally get it, or you finally have the truck hit you, so to speak. But I do think we all have to evolve at some point, or we'll just,
I'm going to make a confession.
What?
So, my social life is crazy, huge, wild, big, right?
Totally. Yeah.
So it was Friday night, and it's happened a couple times. Mama June from Not to Hot, right?
Yeah.
So I've been watching this because a friend of mine is on this show.
Yeah.
He's a pageant coach from Texas, and he's actually helping them. Hi, JJ Smith. He's helping them get ready for some mom and daughter pageant.
Oh, yeah.
Meanwhile, the drama of their life is going on. And Sugar Bear, who she used to have a relationship with, she never was married to, but it's the father of Ilana, Honey Boo Boo. Anyway, he's remarried, and it's just such a toxic environment.
Somebody married him?
He remarried a girl. Her name is Jennifer, and she hates Mama June, and they've gone to court and they've gone to mediation, and they're standing last week on Jennifer and Sugar Bear. I feel like I'm at Disney World, only a bad Disney World. They drive up. Ilana, the Honey Boo Boo,
oh my goodness,
answers the door. Mama June comes down. Are these real people?
Right.
We are talking about real people. Comes down, and Jennifer
Reality TV,
is over here telling. They're on her property rights. Tell Mama June, shut up, shut up. And I'm like, wait. Okay, y'all are talking this way in front of the child, for one.
Inappropriate. And this isn't your property, girl.
I mean, there were so many elements. Like, okay, I get why this is on TV because this is batshit crazy.
People go, what is that?
But I thought to myself, you know what? And this is my analogy, and you can send me hate mail because I don't care, because I don't care.
We don't read it.
But Sugar Bear has really not done anything that it appears on TV. Maybe as a man in real life, because we know that's all not real life. But it appears nothing in his life has changed.
No, and I'll tell you, people like this. I mean, I watched her on, I think it was a reality show where it was boot camp, marriage boot camp. And
she was on it?
Yeah, she was on it with Sugar Bear. Okay?
How'd that go?
Well, what occurred, the truth started coming out about his cheating, okay? And he did experience with men. He admitted that to her. So, you got to look at this from her perspective, and she was a big gal at the time, and her self-esteem took a huge hit.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm it isn't necessarily my style of what I love to watch, but I'll tell you what, I have seen her evolve. June has evolved, right? And it's actually good that she's kind of taken on her self-esteem and her image and stuff. She didn't need to do all that stuff to feel better about herself, but hey, if that's what helps you, I don't care. I'm all for it. But what I see,
and you know why she did that? She did that because she went to his wedding.
Exactly. No, that was the game plan. I totally get that.
And now the funny thing is that Jennifer, the new wife, is nervous because Mama June is put on the weight. She's put on some weight, and she needs to be down to a size whatever for this pageant. And Sugar Bear likes bigger women.
Right.
Well, Jennifer had surgery.
Oh, to lose weight.
To lose weight.
Well, look, Sugar Bear brought in Jennifer to fight his battle with June. Okay, that's what this is. That's just
shut up, June. That finger. Shut up, June.
Yeah, that is what's happening, and I see this actually a lot. Sugar Bear can't handle Mama June.
I can't believe we're talking about this.
I can't either. It's like Mama June.
We're supposed to be talking about.
But I watched that boot camp, and I watched her genuinely suffer at his betrayal and his lack of regard for her. That is someone who objectifies relationships and women. Probably a sex addict. Really, I think he's probably a sex addict. But this guy's stuck in a habitual way of being, and he's stuck in a pattern. And he's thrilled that someone else can handle her. Obviously, he still cares about Mama June. I'm going to be honest. I think the guy's still in love with her. He still wants to be with her. He didn't want all these secrets coming out.
Was that a revenge marriage to Jennifer?
Oh, he's using Jennifer. He don't love Jennifer. This is someone he's going to get to fight his fight with June. And so it
believe we're
keeps
talking
him
about
relevant, keeps him attached to her, because that's the best thing he could have ever gotten. She genuinely loved him, but in true narcissist form, he doesn't know how to respond to that.
Yeah.
He can't respond.
Yeah.
And he just loves women. I think he just loves sex. If he's playing with men
seen
too.
him?
Yeah. So I'm like, and I didn't know Jennifer married him, but what I hear is, I mean, I have got to get caught up apparently.
Well, I'm catching you up
Thanks for
between the
catching me up.
Bachelorette and.
Oh my gosh.
You know what though? But my friend
Ridiculous.
JJ, that's on the show,
Yeah.
he wrote to
well,
me.
that's why you pay attention
That
to
is
it.
the only
yeah.
reason why I pay
And I like
attention.
marriage boot camp, so yeah.
I bet you do. I mean,
I like it.
You learn a lot from that.
It's
but,
it's kind of what I would do. Yeah.
He said to me, he said, you know what, Mama June, and he calls her June, obviously.
Yeah, I would call her June.
Mama
Yeah.
Camille. You know, he said she is a beautiful soul.
I think I get that. That's why
He said
I watched
Alana
her.
is a bitch, but she's
Yeah,
the
I believe
child.
that. Well, she's a brat, right? She's a spoiled brat. Now she probably has a good part of her, but yeah, because she's spoiled.
Yeah.
But I see that about June, and I watched her genuinely get hurt at his bullshit. You know.
So okay, so back to Karma.
But we can't help but love these guys, right?
They're a train wreck, y'all. So
No, Karma will hit him. He's
okay,
gonna
Karma will
have.
hit him because he's stagnant, but he's doing the same bullshit over and over again, and he doesn't care who he's doing it to.
Right. Well, he's staying attached to his best resource of his life, and that's June. Okay. He sees women as a utility, and so she was the best utility he could have ever got.
Do you see what Shock Talking is doing, y'all? If you are a fan of Mama June from Not to Hot,
You let her know.
We have all
we
the
have her
inside.
back. We
if
love
you're
June.
watching, because I'm sure you are, just like I watch you on Friday nights, I'm sure you're watching us on a Tuesday here.
That's
Okay,
right.
now that
Yeah,
was
yeah.
great. Good luck. Okay, so now one of the things, so with this taxi cab medium
psychic,
guy,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
I think it's called taxi.
I gotta pull this up. I gotta watch it.
Taxi psychic or something. I don't know. But he's really a cute,
Good soul.
man. He's just cute. Full of nothing but good. You know,
Yeah. Wants to
people
help people.
leave and they're like, "Thank you so much."
Hair out of
you
my
know,
eye.
Whatever. So I call Camille. I'm like, "You need to do random readings on our show."
Random readings. We'll get a
So
Cadillac.
we asked people to write in.
Yep, we've got a
And
handful.
you asked them to do what?
Questions. Birthday, age, and birthday, and kind of where they're born. Just so I can, but yeah, I want to make sure I can kind of tap into that energy. That's why I
Okay.
want that.
Okay.
Yeah, and I've got one from Sarah.
Oh.
Yeah, so Sarah wrote in, and she's 23. She's a Leo, and she's got some health stuff going on. And I warned her. I said, "Look, you've got about 2 more years of stuff you're going to go through with your work."
Now,
There'll be
keep in
some-
mind, Camille doesn't know.
I've
All
never
she
met her.
knows is the birthday.
Yeah.
These people did not say, "I'm having this issue. Can you help me?" They send in the name and a birth date,
Right, and so
and that's all we want in the future. 'Cause
yeah,
this
and
is fun.
I emailed her back a little bit, but I said,
Yeah.
"You pay attention. I'm going to do this on this one right here." So, so I've emailed her some stuff, and I said, "Here's what I know is going on with you." She's got until the end of 2020. She's going to go through work challenges and some health challenges. And I told her, do not even think about getting a pregnant belly, because she is not going to get pregnant at least until starting this fall into January. Now, and I warned her. I said, I guess I emailed her some of the stuff, and I said, this is what I'm concerned about. You've got something going on with your uterus where it's tipped or something's off, and you need to be careful. And if you get pregnant, you best be seeing a doctor immediately. Do not be thinking you're good and going to a checkup. She needs to get checked. I also feel like her career's direction is going to change, and she does have value with her mother. Like, I think she loves where she lives. She loves her mama, but I feel like she's going to get pregnant this next year. She'll be 24. So I see 2 children. She's going to be pregnant at 24, and then probably around 26 having
Even
another
though
baby.
she knows that there's going to be health issues till 2020.
Well, here's what she, and that's why I've warned her about. But no matter when she gets pregnant, she's going to have pregnancy issues. So she's going to have something going on. And I do think the health issue is because she's pregnant.
Oh, okay.
Not because she's going to have health issues, but she's going to have work issues. So she told me, she wrote back and said, OMG, she's got a inverted uterus.
Really?
It's hard for her to get pregnant. She's been trying with her new husband. She lost her job, which there's the work challenge. She's living in her mother's basement with her new husband, and she loves living there because she loves her mom, and they make home cooking, whatever. So she's happy.
They make with potato salad.
Yeah,
deviled eggs.
He's older, and he's definitely ready for children. He's in his 30s. She's 23, so he makes money, but she's wanting to keep her job, and I just said, you're not going to get a job probably for another year, and if you do something, you can, but nothing you love. It'll just be for whatever. So I said, focus on your weight and focus on whatever you need to do to get yourself pregnant. So she's going to let me know, but she does have a hard time. The doctor will tell her to get pregnant. It's going to be hard for her to get pregnant.
Wow, but you said 2 kids are coming.
She's going to have 2 children.
Oh,
and
how fun.
Jupiter is going to hit her baby house, which is the 5th house, November. And that's going to go all year long, and then it's going to hit her 6th house, which is where she's going to make good money. That's a good job if she wants to work with being pregnant. But she's a nurse. She's done her little 2-year thingy. She does nurse practitioner stuff, I think, with the doctor. So she wants to help people. But the doctor went under, so she's kind of starting.
Okay, so that's why she lost her job.
That's
cool.
right.
Okay,
but,
who's the other one?
And then so this was a young man, and his name's Joe, and he's wants to marry this girl.
My name is Joe.
Well, I was thinking, it's Joseph, but I call him Joe. So he's got this woman who just is, she's got 4 kids from 2 different dads, and he's probably in his 40s, and she's in her late 20s. And I just, he said that she's just never happy. I can't make her happy. What am I doing wrong? Da, 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 da. And I said, look, let's look at what's the history of how does she talk about her exes? Because you're next. And that's kind of what started to happen is they're all pieces of crap. They don't pay their bills. This guy's trying to come in and super off her feet and save her. And she's just a train wreck, honestly. She used to be a model. She used to be a fitness expert. She's let herself go a little bit. But
she's talking about me, y'all.
No, you got 5 kids. This
20.
One's got 2. Yeah, you're not. Yeah, late 20s. So, but there's nothing he can do to really make her happy. And I think he genuinely does love her. I think she needs a sugar daddy to help her raise her kids. So I told him that. This guy texted me, and I said, this is honestly the initial hit I get. And I think she's been on, psychotropic drugs, and I think she's had, some problems. And he just said, I don't want to hear that. I want to hear that I can make her happy. And then I said, I'm going to tell you, I'm going to break your heart. I'm going to say no. Sometimes you got to hear the word no. Yeah. There's a great song by Garth Brooks, Thank God for Unanswered Prayers. So this one, honey, you're going to thank God this one prayer did not happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's an Aquarian. So he's got, some difficult relationship stuff going on only until March. And then I think he's going to find someone really, truly worthy of him. Oh. He's a little heavier set guy. I would call him a gentle giant. He's a bigger guy. So for him to find this hot little number, and
have you seen him?
He sent me a picture, and he's
sometimes you can see.
I do, but he sent me a picture of him and her, and he's a little bigger guy, kind of a cowboy, and she's she looks great. She's still attractive. She's not totally let herself go, but I do think that he's just found someone who's the perfect look for him.
Okay.
So I'm like, dude,
you've got 2 dynamics going on here.
Well, I just said, you need to look at what you're really marrying. Are you marrying her for her looks, or want to marry her for her looks? Or are you marrying her because this is someone who benefits your life? You guys love each other. You can't live without her. That's who you marry, man, is someone you can't see life without. Yeah. Really. Yeah. Yeah. So I hope you didn't marry her. I said, keep my number. I'll help you mediate your divorce.
Well, okay, so what do you want people to do?
Oh, just text me or call me at 801-809-2222.
Okay, but for the podcast, all we care that you do
submit questions
is submit your name and your birthday.
Yep.
And then if you want to do a question, but the fun thing is that you are pulling this energy from just that information.
That's all. Yeah. I'll just tap into that energy and kind of just figure it out. Then give me your email. You can email, say, I've got these questions. Please respond, and I will.
Okay. It's fun. What are we going to call this?
Random.
Shock therapy.
Random.
Shock psychic. Shock.
Random readings with Camille and Gretchen. I don't know.
Oh, no, it's not me.
I want you to kind of tune in and say what you feel, too. Honey, look, that is possible.
I tell you what, here's what's been happening.
You got some intuition, girlfriend.
I have really, since May, I really started paying attention to manifestations.
Yes.
And I remember you and I were talking on the phone driving, and Camille said something to me that just hit me like a shit of bricks. Bricks of shit.
Yeah.
Whatever. Hit me pretty hard.
I heard that brain go pop. I did. I was like, are you okay over there? Yeah.
I remember this. You said to me, Because in my mind, karma only happens to bad people. And in my mind, I was talking about an individual, and I said, well, karma should be happening to them, right? And you said, even bad people can manifest
whatever they want. That's right. You seen a drug addict get drugs? Trust me, they are the most resourceful people on the planet.
And I thought to myself, well, hell, why am I giving everybody else all the power? I'm going to start working on this stuff, whatever I have to do. So I started reading about it and listening and listening and listening. And every single day I'm listening to how do I manifest? And I've learned that it's actually not that hard.
No.
It's a matter of just you claim what you want. Say you want a new job. Say you want your beautiful love of your life to come, or whatever that is.
Yep.
You say it. You write it down, and every day you thank the universe. Thank you for giving me this new job that's coming up. Thank you for this new house that you're going to provide for me. Thank you for giving me the resources to go out and figure out how to do whatever.
That's right.
You know what? It has totally made a shift in the weight of my stress.
Good. Oh, good.
I'm not saying like I'm living in the Beverly Hills mansion. None of it has really come forward, but I feel like, especially with these eclipses that have been happening, I do feel an energy shift.
Good. And I see it. Einstein said the greatest gift you've got is your imagination. Because, look, everything's made up. A human being made up a table, fire. I mean, it's all made up. Somebody before us set the rules, okay? That doesn't mean it has to stay that way. So it's all made up anyway. You live in what you want to live in. You project who you are.
I also learned this, and this was really big. We stop things from manifesting in our life when we don't forgive.
That's right.
When we hold on to,
Agreed.
And it doesn't have to be like, okay, now I'm all happy to be around this person. It doesn't have to be that. It can be a situation. It can be events that you did not have anything to do with, but you were affected by. It could be memories that you're like, that should have happened to me, but it didn't. Whatever it is that's still holding an energy in your life, you're actually stopping the good from
manifesting.
happening.
You gotta let it go.
So you really have to let it go. And that's something that it's like, I was telling you this, I had this moment with my daughter last week. I wanted all my kids to do it, but they weren't home. So I said to Adeline, I go, okay, I've got this cast iron pot that's been sitting on the back porch because I need to clean it, and it just hasn't happened, right?
Maintenance.
So I said, Sugar, here's a piece of paper. I got a piece of paper. Write down everything that you can think of, and I don't care how far it goes back, that you need to let go, you need to forgive. And we did, and we wadded them up, and we put them in that cast iron thing, and we lit it on fire.
Nice.
And I mean, literally, just that moment of seeing it and doing it created such a
relief.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. That's very good.
And so I think a lot of these things we tend to try to just fix everything all by ourselves. We just try to just, or maybe we just
play
wait and see. Oh, play God.
So
I've been
we
trying
play
to
what
do
we
that
want.
for a lot of years because I think I know what's best.
Well, yeah, we all think we do.
I think I know what's.
We all think we do.
It's such a joke.
But I can't determine what someone's life lesson is. But I cannot ravel myself up in it. I can pull back and say, you got to figure something out. I'll let you do it.
And isn't that really what clairvoyancy really is? It's a direction, but it's not the answer.
Yep, exactly. Exactly what it is.
Because if you if you ever listen on Google to people that give readings or whatever, they always clarify in the beginning. This is general.
Yeah,
if this doesn't resonate,
that's right.
delete. You don't need to sit there and try to figure out how does this apply to me unless you do a specific reading like you just did.
That's right.
That has to do with their lives.
A person. That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Because I remember I came to you and I'm like, all of these things that I'm listening to are talking about existing relationships. I am not in a relationship. And Camille's like, it's because they're not talking to you. Oh. Yep. Okay.
Just generalized stuff.
I'm good to go.
But you'll feel, again, the discernment. We all have discernment. We all have the ability to discern truth or a lie. Okay.
Yeah.
That is something, that critical thinker in your brain has to be turned on, and you have to let something hit you and go, is that right or not? You can sense that. We all have that natural knowing.
Yeah.
So we just have to be willing to trust it.
And I do think that power that you're talking about is something that you have to work at.
Yeah,
you have to be able to let everything go and open up to messages. We talked earlier about angels or message, whatever you want to call it. I don't know.
Well, Dan, look, I'll tell you, Brian Wilson of the Beach Boys. Okay, I've listened to some of his interviews, and it's almost like it's in the air what he's downloading for songs and stuff. And so and Mozart would say, I see the notes, I hear the song, so it isn't like, I'm not sure. I think he's just a receiver, and that's how I feel. I'm like an antenna. I don't have a lot of control over what hits my antenna, so I'm just kind of regurgitating what I'm picking up on. Like, Mozart wrote beautiful melodies based on what he's already hearing in his head. He didn't conjure that. He just tapped psychically into it.
He just copied what he already heard.
And that's, I think, what happens. I think science is that way. I think something gets in the air, and, different ideas are the same kind of idea, and there's different, flavors of it, and people just tap into it and get it.
Yeah.
So if you're listening, you can't get anything if you're not present and aware and awake and observant and listening. If you're not, if you're not receiving, you can't get it. If you know the answers, if you know too much, if you're always talking,
right,
you never hear.
Or if you're always disengaged and you're
always unplugged,
you're being entertained, or
you're plugged in.
Yeah. So one thing I've really tried to do is listen.
Yep.
I think there's a lot of messages, a lot of signs, a lot of things that we're trying. We may ask for guidance. But do we stop and listen? Do we really go okay, where's my sign? And so I started asking, I need me a sign today. It's amazing.
It is. It is.
It is amazing.
Because you're not alone.
No, and my cute daughter gave me this book on the messages of numbers. Mm-hmm. And I was like, oh, this is kind of fun, And I purposely have not read every page because I didn't want to be like, oh, I remember number 32. Mm-hmm. I like that one. Oh, look, I just saw 32. That's talking to me. I don't want to be that way. Mm-hmm. Because really, if you're trying to apply it to your life and it's not coming from a source, then
it's got to be authentic. It can't be conjured.
No. Yeah. No.
Yeah. But I will see 11:11. I mean, last night, it's daily I'm seeing 11:11.
Yeah.
And I know that just means, blessings are going to be tripled or whatever. I just, it's, to me, it's more like, hey, I'm here. I'm letting you know I'm here.
That's how I feel. I mean, I don't take anything
I'm not
super
literal.
Like, oh, on Tuesday night at 7:02, Prince Charming is coming to your door in the form of a bug control sprayer man.
With bouquets. Yeah. No, but it has, but it is a sign.
It's a reminder that I'm hearing you. I'm right here, and most of the stuff that comes to me is, we're working on it.
Yeah.
Have peace. And those are all the things that if you could hear from God, if you could hear from Jesus, if you could hear from Mother Mary or whatever, I think those are things they would say is, I got this under control. I'm helping you. I'm taking care of things, You
just rest. You just relax.
You just keep having faith. And that's kind of the whole thing about manifestation is the more you get rid of the negative and you affirm the positive, the more you say, thank you for things that haven't happened yet, but this is what I want to happen. That's when the floodgate can open and allow the universe to let those things happen. Am I doing this right?
Totally, absolutely.
Okay, well, I'm just learning, y'all.
Something happens, I don't have the reason why, but if I go to the negative of, oh, this is just horrible, bad, sick, and wrong, or I just go, well, I don't know why that happened, but something's supposed to manifest out of that. That's interesting. Mm-hmm. You hear God works in mysterious ways. Yeah, that's what that means.
Right.
But I have the knowing that the universe is always conspiring in my favor. I know that to be true. Mm-hmm. So this is just, to me, this. I had an issue with a client not paying me what he owed me, and I'll tell you what this really is to me. I now know there is no future dealings with this person. Mm-hmm. And I was looking at potentially doing something. Not now. But if that wouldn't have happened, I would have gone into another situation where I wouldn't have been honored. Mm-hmm. So I do think the universe is conspiring in my favor, giving me wisdom and information. I gotta receive it, take care of myself with it.
Yeah.
But I can't tell you, it is daily. I'm prompted every day to do something or think something or grab something or go in that room. Why do I go in that room? But if I'm doubting and questioning why, well, I gotta leave my phone in the room. I'm always getting prompted to something's tracking me is what it feels like.
Yeah. Even driving here today, I text Camille and I'm like, oh my gosh, traffic is so bad and I can't get. I had such a feeling like I don't need to hurry and get here so we can start filming. I need to hurry and get here because I feel like something's going to happen. Mm-hmm. Like there was so much turmoil going on the streets that I just wanted to get to where I needed to and get off the streets.
So you're tapping into the orb around you. Okay, that's you're definitely picking up on the static. I lived in LA when the LA riots occurred, and I didn't watch the news. I woke up that morning and I just felt something is off.
Yeah.
It was palpable, the hate in the air.
Yeah.
I was terrified to leave my house that day. And then I got to work and somebody was talking about the LA riots and the fires, and it's like, what the? But you could feel that in the air. And without even knowing what it was, I was tuned into it. And if you are a sensitive person, you could tune into people's emotions and feelings, not know it, think it's you, and then misinterpret your life, right?
Yeah, I do know a couple times, and y'all keep this in the back of your pocket if you want to remember this, but dealing with an individual that I know the color of his eyes.
You bet.
And several times having a conversation with him, they turned black. And that was a sign to me that this is evil.
You better beware, yeah.
And what he's saying is not true, and whatever.
Yeah.
But it was like a little. It didn't need to be a billboard flashing. It was just like, okay, what you're seeing right now, just know it's bullshit.
Yeah.
Kind of a thing.
I got to say this. I have a dear, sweet family member that she is going through a difficult divorce, and he moved in somebody in the house. She can't stop this because he has on the title too. This person said the most horrific things to her outside, and there was a camera rolling to catch her either swinging at this guy. I mean, he called her a sexual abuser or something like that. It was the most. You don't say it's so outrageous, right? But I think it was to gaslight her, to upset her, to make her go, what the, and to react inappropriately, and then that's captured and he would use it against her for the soon-to-be ex-husband. Right. So she had this distinct impression psychically, you need to stay calm. You need to stay calm. And she did. She stayed calm and nothing happened, nothing bad happened. But these kind of people, they will frame you in the worst possible light. You know, she should have slapped his face for saying that horrible stuff to her. She didn't. She just kind of, she had a sense, I need to be careful here. But I do think that you are prompted and you are protected and you're warned if you're listening.
Oh,
and you've had the same kind of things.
I was talking to this lady on the phone a couple weeks ago, and she said, and she's not out of state, but she's out of town, right? Yeah. And she said, honey, you've got so much negative energy in your house. Do you hear all that static? And I'm thinking, it's bad connection in my house. I don't have great Wi-Fi service either.
Psychic stuff.
I'm going around to every room. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? And she said, no, there's just so much negative energy. And I got to thinking about my life since I've moved there. And while there hasn't been a murder, there hasn't been anything happening on the property, it's just a series of things that have happened in life that has been stressful. Yeah. And it has created, and I even said to you, I'm going to be moving soon. I said, I'm going to sell everything in this house. There's not one thing I want to take with me because it has a memory attached to it that I don't want.
Yeah, clean slate.
To be a part of. I think that, and y'all don't think we're getting all weird and stuff on, but this, I'm not kidding you.
They won't watch if they do. It's okay.
But you know what? I mean, Camille gave me this visual, and you're the second person that has said this to me in the last month. So I'm like, okay, there's something to this. There has been times recently for Camille, even just being here in her office is on the other side of this wall. She's in a building that you're the only one here, and you work late at night, and I worry about your safety sometimes. I do. I worry about your safety. And you told me one time, you said, you know what, I asked Archangel Michael to take his sword out and to really cut the strings. And if you can visualize over your head, either side, under you, through you, around you, of anything that's negative, it doesn't have to be an evil spirit, but it's just negative energy.
Well, anybody's psychic attack of me,
Right. Yeah. That could be messing with your heart, your psychic, your self-esteem, your whatever it is. So the other woman that said this to me, and I was like, whoa, you don't even know her. She doesn't know you. And Camille said this too. She said, before you go to bed, you ask Michael to do the same thing throughout your house, over your children, over your bed, under your house, and you do the same thing in the morning. That's right. It has made a huge difference.
Good.
A
Very
peace.
Good. Yeah.
It's not like I skip through and all of a sudden money's coming out of the sky. I'm just saying, if you've got burdens that you're carrying around in your life, you don't have to
help.
You don't have to do that alone.
No. Well, we're not alone anyway. We are
whether we like it or we don't.
Yeah. I mean, people don't. You can't see it, but we're not alone. We have spirits all around us all the time. Yeah.
Anything else you want to say about the eclipses and this time of year?
September 1st, things should be moving forward a lot easier. It feels like a lot of tug of war, push and pull. Things aren't going as smoothly, they're not going as planned right now. So that's going to kind of be the month of August. Not necessarily bad, just pull back a little bit. Don't go into this constant drive mode. It does start to move forward in September 1.
Speaking of September, and we have another eclipse on the 11th of August.
We
So
do.
now that we're in this season, and eclipses don't last, some last longer and some don't, and some affect and some don't quicker than others, right?
Right.
And everybody's different.
Yep.
It doesn't mean like the night of the eclipse, all of a sudden things are happening. And
No, it could.
It could.
But it's
maybe,
usually a
or maybe it
6-month
is and you don't
window.
feel it.
Yeah.
Is this the time that you or anyone has the chance to project, to clear up, to get rid of, or to find? You know, if eclipses are the end and the beginning of something, is this our duty to go like, I want to get rid of this?
Yeah, what it is be willing to let things go. Let people go, let things go. If the universe is saying, time to move, you're not fighting it. If you fight it, you're going to suffer.
Okay.
So you just kind of want to go with the energy. Like for you, you're embracing, I'm moving, I'm ready, I'm going to leave these things behind, I'm not needing them. Things are ending, and you're welcoming that ending cycle.
Yeah, I am.
But if people are fighting the ending cycle, it hurts.
And even in relationships, you know,
Yep.
if you, and I'm hearing a lot of these talks, and gosh, you're in this business, if there's just not going to be
a
a
future.
happy ending,
Yeah.
you need to let it go. And that
let it
hurts
go.
my heart to say, because I know that's a terrible struggle.
Yeah.
But I saw a post last night. There's a I follow this. It's called Single Moms, something, whatever. But anyway, most of their posts, if you notice, are all about negative. You know, like
Kinda
you'll
snarky.
rise above the narcissist pig that was in your life, or something like that. And I'm just like, okay, I don't want that kind of energy. But every now and then they have something that goes, okay, that's true. And it says something to the effect of, a divorce is the end, but also the beginning.
That's right. All endings are a beginning of something new.
Yeah.
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 That's true.
And so, you know, even if you've had a death in your family that you just can't seem to get through, you actually can.
Yep.
Yeah, you can. And if you need help,
Just
give her
give
a
us
call.
a call.
Give Camille a call. This is fun. So remember, name and birth date.
Yeah.
You can go on our channel, like, share,
message us.
subscribe, and message us there. If you subscribe, you can get a hold of us that way. It'd be fun because we're going to do this just randomly.
Yeah. Whoever sends in, we'll try and do a couple. I've got a couple more for next time. But
and if you find it fascinating and maybe you've been like, you know, I've never believed in that shit. You don't have to. It's just kind of fascinating. It's entertaining.
I'll believe in it, and I have fun doing it.
Yeah.
So.
She does, y'all. She
I
stops people all the time.
enjoy.
She'd be like, do you know you're pregnant? Bye.
But I'm not my taxi. We have a Crown Victoria we're modeling to be our car. You know that, right?
We're gonna be like lowriders.
We're gonna be in a Cadillac or a Crown Vic.
We're gonna be picking you up in the back seat, and Camille's gonna be like, "You are
Look at
not.
you.
You are not getting that out right now." Mm-mm.
No, we are not, and no one's gonna be behind me either. Just saying.
Or maybe that's why they're sitting over on the
That's
side.
probably what it
Because
is.
behind him are all the spirits.
That's what it is. He's got something behind him. He's tapping in, going, "Ooh, yeah." And we all probably have spirits around us. Just saying.
I know. Y'all share some experiences that you had. We'd love to talk about it. We'd love to have
Tell us
it
your
on
stories.
Here. So we appreciate it. Mwah. We love you guys. We'll see you next time.
Bye.